Evening, sir.
Good evening. இனிய மாலை வணக்கம்.
இனிய மாலை வணக்கம் சார்.
மாலை வணக்கம் சார்.
Good evening, Shirley madam. Madam, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. So, previous sir, we can start. So, shall we start, sir?
Please.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, welcome to the student-led webinar. So, the topic on Agentic AI will be presented by Senthilkumar from the Amrita College of Engineering and Technology, Nagercoil. So the agenda for today is an introduction to the student-led webinar by the founder of this program, Senthilkumar sir. So he will briefly give us an idea about what this program is and how it is going to impact the student community, etc. Followed by the chief guest of today, Dr. Shirley Elizabeth Madam. So she will give a few words of wisdom to the student community, and that will be followed by the presentation, and that will be followed by questions and answers towards the end of the session, and continued by discussions on any topics, and further by vote of thanks. So, PV sir, is this agenda fine? Shall we go ahead?
Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, Senthilkumar sir, over to you.
இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். Good evening, all of you. And first of all, I would like to, update the team about the objective or aim behind having such a session. In fact, we want to introduce the student community to, to share their knowledge with the help of the guidance provided by us. So what we are doing now is every month, that is, we are having a student-led webinar wherein we are providing a national level platform for the young generation to come, to express themselves, to share their knowledge. We are not just asking them to share their knowledge, we are also giving them appropriate guidance in terms of, sharing the best practices and also etiquettes, etc. So that which helps them for their, not only for, just giving a webinar, but for their career, for their future, for their job opportunities, etc. Today's topic is going to be very interesting, wherein we are going to have an interesting session on Agentic AI, the next evolution of intelligent systems. And so today, it is going to be a sort of bridge wherein we are, connecting the emerging technologies and the practical development. And today, we are going to explore how autonomous AI agents are going to transform the way we build, automate, and also interact with various intelligent systems. So, first of all, I would also like to thank Dharshana Senthilkumar for accepting our request and coming forward to conduct this session. So, and thank you very much. I should also thank Region 7 for providing an opportunity for the students and making it in a consistent, continuous manner. Thank you so much, and please do, stay tuned every month on the same day so that we'll have more such wonderful sessions. Thank you, and have a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir. Senthilkumar sir is the founder of this program. So he has been a great supporter of CSI, and he's very instrumental in maintaining this CSI Region 7 group as such. And whenever we are in any doubt, or whenever we have any questions, or whenever we are faced with any challenge, so Kumar sir was always with us, and he used to give us ideas and the way forward, right? So thank you, Kumar sir, once again. And over to Elizabeth, madam, for sharing your words of wisdom and encouraging the student community.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening to all. Hope you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, madam.
You're loud and clear.
So,
Please go ahead, please.
okay, thank you. In fact, I'm very happy that again we have resumed the student seminar series, and today's topic is Agentic AI. I just wanted to remind you because now everybody is talking about AI, and you all know that AI is it's a hot topic today, and it is a mainstream in the industry. And we have many of us are working it using AI and variants of different variants of or different flavors of AI. That's very good. And without knowing AI, it's very difficult to survive. I agree with that. But I have a question to you. Do you think that just by AI it will stay for a long? And this is something you can make all your career and your life, a better position. You can think about that question, because what I wanted to say is that AI, of course, you can study. Even I am also very, you know, passionate in AI, because I have seen right from the beginning when I started my career or my research in uh, early 1990s, and there always I'm working with the AI. I have seen all the hurdles and the complexity and the challenges that has been facing in the AI, and now how it has been revolutionized. Maybe just like us, as we say that how we use electricity in your home. That's the way we are using AI, because as electricity is revolutionized in the 19th century, today AI is revolutionized. So we can do a lot of things and many activities, many tasks, whether it is in the home or in a smart city. Home, many of the appliances we are using AI, and the smart city, you are using AI camera and good traffic management system, and you can also know many details of the traffics and the vehicles it's passing it in, and so a lot of revolution has happened. But as a student, I just wanted to remind you that don't hang around with this AI and all the flowers it is coming in. What exactly you want is that why you are studying this, and what exactly you should know. That is very important. Mm. Merely studying AI or merely knowing some of the tools, I just again wanted to say, just by knowing some of the tools, uh, most of them are maybe a computer science or many other related subjects. I know that itself will not work you. What you exactly what where you wanted to know is that the basic things, of course, you should know, and your attitude to learn, and what exactly you wanted to learn. That is very important. Even earlier, we say that, okay, we should know programming, we should know C++, we know Fortran and all kind of things. And also, I used to say that this is like as a pen. But now we say that AI is like a pen. And with the pen, you have to do a lot of things. That is something you need to concentrate. What exactly you can contribute to the world of AI, and what is lacking in the AI system now we have, and how much it can be improved, where exactly you need to concentrate more and to improve more things in using AI. That is where there you have to concentrate. It's not by merely AI or many generative AI tools. In order to know that, you should know the generative AI tools or many AI tools it's coming. But being a student, or in order to make your career better, just by don't think that just by knowing this all AI tools, you have achieved something. It's not like that. You need to know what more you can do it on that. You need to know what kind of framework you can develop it and what additional thing you can do it. And that can make your everyday life or everyday activities or everyday tasks that we are doing improve. And many tasks and the many activities it has already been, it has been using AI and all, and we are all witnessing it. That's very good. Thank you. All this are technological development in that. But still, you need to think about there are a lot of areas where we need more concentration, where we need more focusing. That is something you need to identify and work on it. And in order to do that, you should have a basic knowledge. You should know what is going on around. And on the top of that, what you can build it. That is something you need to consider, especially students of computer science, electronics, etc. They can do a lot of wonders. Don't merely hang around what is around you now. You need to think big. You need to go out of the boxes. And where exactly you can concentrate more on that. Many domains you need to work. Healthcare and also all of you know that it has been improved a lot. Many of the AI tools we have been using it. Doctors are using for diagnosis. Many of the machines are AI enabled, and many of the automation systems are all working it. But still, on the top of that, how do we identify the genetic, barriers that we have? Then, how do we identify more of chromosomes, deficiency that we have it? And when a newborn child comes with some kind of problems, why that problem has come. It cannot be, you should have to go into the root level where exactly it is not just to merely identify this is something disease, or because we all have seen that, okay, whether this cell is a malignant or not, or whether this fatty liver has got how much fat it has got. That is something it is already going on. But in the root level, what we can do it using the AI. Even doctors are also struggling with that. So these are the things, many areas you need to concentrate. Beyond that is you are seeing it around it. There exactly your success will come. And don't just look at what is going around you now. Tomorrow it may not be AI. It may be something else. But it will be in the top of that. And I also say that agentic AI, we can do a lot of things. You can, whatever, maybe some of the challenges that we are facing it in the just agents, agentic AI can come up with a different framework and it will be combined it, and we can do a lot of things together. That means an end-to-end process, you can do it. But still, it has got a lot of limitations. You need to identify that limitations and how to overcome that, how we can build more systems that can benefit to the society as well as to the nation. So I wish all of you to work it and think in that level and work it on that level also. So thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Rajesh and all, Sharana sir, and even Subramanian sir is also there, and Basant sir, for giving me an opportunity, and all the students who are presenting it today. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, madam, for your words of wisdom. So it is really inspiring. So Shirley madam is our the immediate past chairperson of CSI Trivandrum chapter, and she has been a source of inspiration for many in Kerala, especially the girl students as well as the research scholars in Kerala. So she is a widely known academician in Kerala. So thank you, madam, once again. So
Thank you.
over,
Thank you, Rajesh.
so over to you, Dharshana. So please proceed with your presentation. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, a very good evening, everyone. I'm Darshana Senthilkumar. I'm doing my second year BTech CSE in Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Nagercoil. So, today I want to talk about something beyond chatbot, just not always ChatGPT and Claude. This is something beyond that, which is Agentic AI. So without any further ado, I would like to get into the topic. So the topic for today is Beyond Chatbots, Understanding Agentic AI and the Future of Intelligence System. By the time you're done, you won't just know the word. You'll understand exactly how these systems work under the hood. So when they're already being used today, when they're already gone wrong in the real world, and how you could start building one yourself this week. So let's begin. This is the agenda for today. So a quick roadmap so you know where we're headed. We'll move through 6 sections today. Foundation, what agentic AI actually means, and the loop, the engine running underneath every agent, systems, the parts that make one up, including team-based agents. So then real use, actual working example, and safely, what goes wrong and how engineer prevent it. And finally, toolkit, a takeaway list of tools if you want to build one yourself. Let's start with a scenario, not a definition. So, say you're tired of planning your own vacation, you tell an AI system to plan your trip under 40,000 rupees. With a normal AI chatbot, you'd get a paragraph of nice suggestions, maybe some destination ideas, maybe a rough budget breakdown. But helpful, you still have to open 6 tabs and do the actual work yourself. Now, imagine instead. The system actually goes and searches real flights, compares real price against your budget, and books the one that fits, and then messages you, done, here is your itinerary. That's the shift we're talking about today. You gave it a goal, it didn't just ask about the goal, it handled the goal. So let's discuss what is AI in 10 seconds. Before we go further, let's make sure everyone's on the same page about plain regular AI, the kind you're probably used to already. At its core, regular AI does 3 things. It finds patterns in huge amounts of data. It uses those patterns to make a prediction or decision. And that's it. It stops there. Here's an everyday example. Your email spam filter has been seeing millions of emails and learned the pattern of what spam looks like. Face unlock your phone, learn the pattern of your face. Netflix recommending a show, learn the pattern of what you tend to watch. So data, pattern, decision. That's regular AI in one line. Agentic AI takes the same brain and gives it something regular AI never had, the ability to act. So let's see the difference between chatbot and an agent. Here's the one idea I want to walk away with today, even if you forget everything else. A chatbot waits for your next message and gives you an answer. That's its entire job. Ask ChatGPT to write me an email, it writes the email. Then it just sits there waiting. An agent is a different, very specific way. It understands a goal, not just a question. It chooses its own step to reach that goal. It uses tools, real software, real APIs to take real action, and then it checks its own result before deciding what to do next. A chatbot talks, but an an agent can act. A real world example, let's take, if we ask a chatbot, is this laptop good for coding? It answers from what it already knows, the data which it already has. But when we ask an agent the same question, it might actually go check today's price, read recent reviews, compare 2 other laptops in your budget, and come back with a recommendation based on live information, not just its training data. Now to the real topic. What is agentic AI? Here's the textbook definition. Agentic AI is a system that can pursue a goal by deciding its own steps, using tools and adapting based on what it observes. See that 5 words in the screen? It's goal, plan, act, check, repeat. That's not just a definition, that's literally the architecture of agentic AI. Every single agent you will encounter, no matter how advanced, is built around this 5-word cycle. Next, the core loop of how agentic AI works. So, every agent under all the complexity is just running 3 steps in a circle around one fixed goal. That's what we give. The goal which the user meets. First one is think. It decides the next best step, not the whole plan. It just needs the next step. Then act. It actually calls a tool or takes an action and then observe. It reads what happened as a result. And then if it's wrong, it will go back and do the thinking again and it will act. And after it observes if it's correct, it will go ahead and give it to the user. This is a repetition type of process. It doesn't just give you the wrong answer. It will go back if the information is wrong. Here's an everyday analogy. Think about how you cook a new recipe you've never made. You don't plan every single second in advance. You taste as you go. If it needs more salt, you just adjust your next step based on what you just observed. That's exactly what an agent does, except its tasting is checking a search result or a tested output or an API response. We'll see with an example. Let's say we want to find a laptop, and these are the constraints that a user give, which are it should be under 60K with good battery and strong review should be there. So here's the loop that will happen while we give this constraint to an AI. Think. It will think I should search within the budget. Then it will act. It calls a shopping search tool that we have attached to it, and it will observe, it will compare the result it got back. Then, and here's the loop repeating. It will think again. Okay, 2 of these have terrible reviews, remove them. If that is the case, if the given constraint is not at all satisfied, it will think again, it will act again and observe and only give the correct output. The last step is the whole point. The result changed the next step. If the agent just ran one fixed script from the start to end, it wouldn't be able to react to bad reviews it discovers along the way. That reactive adaptive quality is what separates an agent from a regular script or macro. These are the 4 building blocks of agentic AI. So this is like opening up the agent and looking what's inside it. There are 4 bits. There is a brain, hands, memory, and a planner. Brain is the AI model itself. It understands language and reasons about what to do. It will have the LLM with which it will understand the language. And then next is the hands. These are the tools that the AI will use. Without hands, the brain can only talk about doing something, can never actually do it. That's where the hands come in. It will use the tools and it will connect with the APIs and will give out whatever the user needs. Next is the memory. Useful context from before, so the agent doesn't forget what it already tried. Let's say you ask for 60K under budget. What if it forgets that and give you around 40K? That's where memory comes, so that it doesn't forget about anything. Next is planner. This breaks one big fuzzy goal into small concrete steps. Planner is what makes the goal into simpler steps. Next is we're going to look into it very briefly again. Brain plus planner from the agentic AI. So if we pair up these 2 parts, the brain will understand the language and context. It's what will let you say something vague like build a website and have that actually make sense to the system. The planner is what takes the vague instruction and turns it into research the requirements, write the code, test it, fix what's broken. Notice one of those 4 steps where in your original sentence, the planner invented them because it understood what building a website actually requires. So the planner, given an example, build a website, it will break the whole goal. This is the goal of the user. And it will break this goal into simpler steps. That's where planner come in, and brain will help the planner to break the steps to research and then code and then to test and fix. Next is hands plus memory. So this is the other pair of the AI. Hands are API tools, search, code execution apps. Anything that lets the agent change something outside the conversation window. This is the part that makes agents fundamentally different from a chatbot. A chatbot's words never leave a chat. An AI agent's actions do. Next is memory. Memory is what happened earlier in the task. Without memory, imagine an agent that forgets what you told it 5 steps ago. Just like I told before, it would just go in circles. Memory is what lets it stay consistent instead of starting over every single step. Next is multi-agent. So there is 2 agents, single agent and multi-agent. Multi-agent means um, why would you ever want multi-agents instead of just one really good one? The answer is the same reason a company hires a specialist instead of expecting one person to do accounting, legal, and marketing all by themselves. One generalist trying to do everything makes more mistakes than a team of focus specialists. Uh, these are the common parts you hear about. Orchestrator worker from multi-agent system. This is the most common one. A lead agent. So think of it like a project manager. It splits the big goal into pieces and delegates each piece to a specialist worker agent. So what it does is it will take the goal, it will break it down, and it will give to the specialist worker agent, which will do the job that it gives. And then it merges everyone's result into one final answer. Next is pipeline. This is a fixed assembly line. Agent A, let's say, Agent A extracts data and hands it over to Agent B, who will check it and validate it. And then it will hand it over to Agent C, which will draft something and hands it to Agent D. And then that Agent D will submit it. Very predictable, very easy to test because each agent only ever does one job. Next is peer review or debate. So here, agents actually check or argue with each other's work before anything ships. One agent proposes an answer, another agent tries to poke holes in it, and this meaningfully improves accuracy the same way a second pair of human eyes catches mistake the first person makes. Real example to make this concrete is imagine a research team of agents. So one agent searches for sources, another fact checks what was found, a third writes the final summary, and orchestrator agent combines all three into one polished report. Much like how a real newsroom works, and with a reporter, fact checker, and an editor. But and I want to be honest about this because it's legitimate engineering trade-off. Multi-agent systems are not free. More agents means more AI model calls, which means higher costs and slower response time than just one agent. So the real skill isn't always use multi-agents. It's knowing when the task is complex enough to justify the extra cost. Next, we will look how agent acts on the real world. See, let's quickly categorize the hands we talked about earlier. It is the tools an agent actually reaches for. API. API is a talking to another service like a payment system or a weather service. Search. It is used to finding parent information the model wasn't trained on. Next is code. Calculating, building, And testing something is what code is used for. Then is app. It will literally clicking, typing, and updating things inside a real application the same way you would do with a mouse and keyboard. Then these are the tools which are like the hands of an agent. It's like a one-line summary. Next is we are gonna look through three real-world examples. It will be like each one by one. So we'll walk through it. So first one is coding agent. So here the user gives a code to add a login page. Here's the loop on how it will be delivered. It will inspect the existing project first. That's where thing comes. It doesn't code blindly. It will inspect the existing project first and then it will code. Next is act. That's where the agent writes the code. Next is observe. It will observe is where it will run tests and checks for everything. If there is error, it will go back to act again and then it will fix whatever is broken. If the observer will find no error, it will deliver. It will explain the change in plain English to human as well. And this is exactly how tools like GitHub Copilots, Agent Mode, or Claude Code work today. They don't just spit out code once, they write, test, and fix in a loop the same way a human developer would. Next example is Travel Planner. So here's the goal that the user gives, plan a 3-day trip. And what the AI agent will do is it will first ask for your desired date and the budget and the preference. It just doesn't assume, it will ask. Then it searches flights, hotels, and places and compares choices. It shows you the plan. But notice this box, human approval required. So it always requires human approval before booking. This is a deliberate design choice. Spending real money is exactly the kind of action where you want a human to say yes, go ahead before it happens. So an agent will make sure that a human approves before doing anything, like a very important stuff like booking something. Next example is customer support agent. So here's the goal. The goal is to resolve a customer's issue. It will read the message and account history, and it will search the health center for the right policy and take only safe action. Like it will send us a template reply or checking an order status. Here's something which makes us think. Escalate when confidence is low. It escalates to a human whenever its confidence is low, and a human always stays in the loop. Humans plus agent, not agent replacing human. That's the honest, responsible way this is actually deployed. I'm so sorry. I'll get back. So, the goal is to resolve a customer's issue. Here, agent doesn't just work. It will if let's say for example a person is asking for how to resolve such and such issues in the monitor, it will prompt a message. But if a human asks for like I lost such and such an amount in lakhs or crores, then the agent cannot go ahead and do anything because it's a very important mistake a human did, and they're asking for a resolve, and the customer needs to be talked with a real human. That's where this agent will take forward the chat to a real human, so that the issue can be resolved. So this is where agent is can be said that it's good because it will know what it doesn't know. Next is where it is used today. So where and all the agentic AI is used are not just in theory. It will have coding and software testing, customer service, as we had an example before. There are also research and analysis and such and given in the uh, presentation. And here, for everything, there is a common pattern. It only needs a goal and tools. That's genuinely the whole recipe for agent. Next, as ma'am said before in the beginning, definitely an AI has some limitations. We'll look into it one by one. Agents are not magic, and I'd be doing you disservice if I only showed you the highlight reel. Let's let's talk honestly about failures. Hallucination. The agent gives you a wrong answer but says it with total confidence. So let's take for example, it's like a confident intern who guesses instead of checking the manual. The tone will sound confident, but uncertain, but the content is wrong. That's where hallucination happens. Next is bad tool call. So it takes the wrong action or uses wrong data, like an autopilot system reading the wrong runaway number. The system itself is working, it just acted on bad input. Next is runway costs or loops. Higher cost, slower answers. Sometimes the agent gets stuck retrying the same failed step endlessly. Let's take for example, a car is stuck circling in a roundabout, never actually taking the exit. That's where this runaway cost or loop will come. This is it's not just theory. This is a two real corporate incident. Replit AI agent on July 25, an AI coding agent was working under an active code freeze, meaning it was explicitly told not to touch production. It ignored that instruction and deleted a live production database affecting over 1,200 plus company records. And then this is the part that really got attention. It fabricated fake data to hide what it had done rather than admitting the mistake. So, and there is a next incident as well. Air Canada chatbot in 2024. Their customer support chatbot confidently told a customer about a bereavement discount policy that simply did not exist. It didn't even exist, and it told about that. The customer relied on that answer, and when Air Canada refused to honor it, the case went to tribunal, which ruled that the airline was still responsible for what its own AI told the customer, even though a human never said. So here's the lesson from both cases. Isn't just you don't need to just don't use agents. It's agents are actually pieces of production software now, and they need to be engineered with the same seriousness as any other systems that touches real money or real data. Which brings us to the next slide. Guardrail makes agents safer. So, how do engineers actually prevent the Replit style disaster? Five practical guardrails. Limit, these are some of the five practical guardrails. So, limit what tools can do and ask for approval before risky actions. Log every important step. Set time, cost, retry limits, and test both normal and unusual cases before shipping. So here's an analogy on the right side, as you can see. It's genuinely the best way to explain this to a non-technical person. Think about a highway guardrail. A guardrail doesn't stop your car from driving. It doesn't slow you down either. It doesn't get in your way or a normal trip. Its entire job is only to kick in the moment something goes wrong. It keeps the car on the road instead of going off a cliff. That's exactly what technical guardrails do for an agent. The agent still gets to drive, still gets to act, still gets to use its tool. The guardrail is just there for the moment it starts to go off course. Next is these are some of the engine. This is a practical hands-on section. The part most beginner talks about AI skip entirely, but it's genuinely the most useful if any of you go on to actually build with this. First is human in the loop. Requires a human sign off before anything irreversible. So, like payments, deletion, sending real messages. So, sandboxing and permission give the agent only the minimum access it actually needs. Never hand it full production credential just because it's convenient. Next is observability and logging. It will record every single step so that a human if something does go wrong, a human can actually audit what happened and why after the fact. Eval and testing. It will test against normal cases, edge case and adversarial prompts. Someone deliberately trying to trick it before it ever ships, not just the happy path where everyone goes right. Cost and rate limits. So these are some of the cost and rate limits for Agentic AI. Cap the number of tokens, tool calls, and retries per task. So a stuck loop physically cannot run away unchecked. Staged rollout. Next, develop, then staging, then production. Exactly like on normal software engineering, it will never let an agent's very first real test of a destructive action happen like. So if you look back at the Replit incident from 2 slides ago, almost every single one of these 6 practices was missing. That's not a coincidence. That incident is basically a checklist of what not having these guardrails look in a practice. So next, why it matters. Here's the mindset shift underneath everything we've covered today. We are moving from AI that answers to an AI that helps finish work. So, and the real skill is this new word is not a blind trust. The real skill is giving an agent a clear goal, the right tools, and firm boundaries. The same way you would onboard a capable new employee, not the way you trust a magic box. Next, you can build the idea yourself. If any of you want to actually build one of these, and I genuinely encourage it, it's not as hard as it sounds. The recipe is exactly what we've covered today: a goal, a reasoning model, some tools, a loop, and safety checks. My one piece of advice is start small and observe every step while you're learning. Don't hand your very first agent access to anything you can't afford to lose. These are some of the example of chatbot, RAG chatbot, and tool augmented chatbot and agentic AI. So this is like a summary of how these work. Next, we'll go on to tools and framework that you need to get started. First, agent frameworks, like LangChain, LangGraph, QAI, AutoGen. These will give you the scaffolding for the loop, so you're not writing it from scratch. Next is model and SDK layer. Example, Claude Agent SDK, OpenAI Agent, and the Model Context Protocol or MCP, which is basically becoming the USB-C standard for how agents plug into different tools. Next is memory and data, like Pinecone, Chroma, VBA. These give an agent long-term memory beyond a single conversation. Next is monitoring and eval, like Langsmith, Langfuse, weights and biases. These are all will let you actually see what your agent did step by step, which is exactly the observability we just talked about. And if you don't want to write code at all yet, there are some other useful AIs as well. No code and low code, like N8N, Zapier AI Action, Make.com. Generally, solid no code starting points is these examples. So, what is your takeaway is you need to pick one small tool and one framework and build a tiny three-step agent suite. By then, you will understand agentic AI 10 times better after 1 hour of building them after any talk, including this. So, if you remember only one line from the next 50 minutes of your life, remember this. Agentic AI is nothing but a goal plus a loop and plus a tool and a guardrail. Thank you so much for your time and attention. And I like to open for questions.
Thank you, Darshana. So that was a very enlightening talk, and it covered almost all the aspects of agentic AI. So,
Thank you so much.
so the one question I have is where can we optimize the token usage, right? Because that is kind of a bigger concern now, because the LLM systems are becoming costly, and they are similar to electricity, right? So we pay per the unit of 1 kilowatt hour, right? So that is what we pay for electricity. So similarly, in AI, they are billing based on tokens, right? So what is your recommendation for how to optimize the tokens, and what is the ideal place to do that?
Um,
Okay, Darshana, I think
yes, sir.
if you can answer it, or you
Yes, sir.
can,
So if we cut what we send, like in a bigger level, like we can trim a system prompt, like remove the filler words, or like keep only what changes the model behavior. Sir. Or we can use RAG, retrieve only relevant channels.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, sir.
okay. Rajesh, any other agenda? Or
No. Yeah. So the Q&A is the next it's the agenda, and if there are no more questions, then we can go for vote of thanks.
nothing, okay.
Yeah, before that, I have a comment on the presentation. Darshana, you have a very good presentation, and it's very informative, and you did a good job. But for all the students present here, I just wanted to give you just a piece of message. You should understand the difference between an AI agent and an agentic AI. Because she has shown some examples also, but in a mixed way, not completely, differentiating AI agents and agentic AI. See, agentic AI agents, you know that it works with a predefined task and also some set of rules. That is why if something happened, because if you wanted to, just book a ticket, or it will just give you an answer, or if any problem comes, they will not book the ticket. But agentic AI, it's not like that. It will be giving it it has got a lot of reason plans, and it works irrespective of your objective and the goal. That means the goal actually they wanted to achieve it. So in order to get that, even if there is a problem, because the flight booking, you have to do it, even if there's a problem for the weather, or if the amount is high, then also they will come up with some solution automatically and give you a better solution for that, and the booking will take place. So that is independent of all the other constraints it happened in there. It will come to the goal and you will get the answer. So it is more of reasoning, planning, and a feedback loop is also there. So that is there are a lot of frameworks that comes in, because you also talked about the lang chain and lang graph, how it works. And from the beginning to the end, it will again, it has got lot of feedback loops and so it will combinedly work it and you come to a conclusion or come to a decision. So what I'm saying that you should understand the actual difference between an AA agent and an agentic AI. So that is something I wanted to convey. Okay, Rajesh, I'm done.
Yeah, I feel no, it's a student event. At least one student has to come out and talk about what Darshana has been delivered. Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, that's what I am asking. Any of the student make a comment on this because students should also get motivated. A very good presentation has been done by Darshana. She has done a very good homework.
Thank you, sir.
And Darshana, and it should motivate other students also. At least at least students group, any one of them has to contribute something on their side.
Mr. Ananta, you can say a few words, right?
Okay, anyway, it's a good initiative. What we can do is it should be a group activity. It should not be a one-sided action. Yeah, we have to pre-plan and what based on the topic. Some of our students also get prepared to talk something on this subject or what the subject being aimed. That should be discussed by the students themselves. Anyway, I'm coming to my job. Let me introduce. I'm Basant Kumar. Currently the honorary secretary, and around during 2015, 16, 17 period also I was the secretary for this chapter. Uh, I would like to appreciate Dr. Shirley. She has taken an initiative during her chairmanship during COVID period. Same kind of activity was carried out on every Thursday. That is a continuous process. It's lasts for 2 3 years, but it has been discontinued. Anyway, it's a good initiative. I think Dr. Subramaniam has been taken the initiative of organizing this event. Sir, thank you very much for your kind initiative, along with Saravana Kumar sir, Dr. Saravana sir, and
Yeah, it looks like Basan sir got disconnected, so he will join soon.
Hey, Darshana, it's a great job, I should say. Uh, I would also request you to, provide your inputs on if at all students are very much interested in going ahead in AI, where they should concentrate on, or what sort of options or certifications or resources are available so that they can take next steps in AI. Darshana, I hope you got
Yes.
my question.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah, please.
there are a lot of free source in the website, sir. Like there are some free sources provided by a lot of companies. If they go in the Google and search for AI courses, they can get. And there is also a thing called NPTL in that SWAYAM. In that they will provide literally they'll provide from professional professors about all the courses, whichever we want, we can search it, it will come, sir. That will be a great step for them, sir.
Rajesh, I'm back. There is some technical issue happened.
Okay.
Okay. So I would like to thank Subramanian sir, Dr. Saravanan, Archana, and Dhanya, Rajesh, everyone who are all participated in this program. I make on record to, to, to thank you all. Thank you for joining this program and delivering this talk by Tanya. And this will be a motivation for other students also to join for this program. And we will also, Computer Society of India Trivandrum chapter also will take initiative to organize this kind of professional programs subsequently. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Basant sir. So, is there any other question or discussion that we need to do today? So, PVS sir?
No, I really want to congratulate Dharshana for her excellent talk. Right, she did a very good job, and she managed the questions also well. And thanks, Saravanak sir, for guiding her, doing the dry run to make it very successful. Thanks, you have been reinforced for making this student-led webinar a successful way. Thank you so much.